You know, you don't really expect to find members of rock bands just sort of tucked away in a bushy little green like this, but here we are. We're with Mike and Peter from The Have. How you doing, guys?
I'm very well, thank you.
Pretty good, thanks, man.
Choice. Now, drums and guitar respectively.
Yep.
Why don't you give us a little bit of a history of how The Have came together? Did you guys all go to school together?
Yeah, we were all kind of in the music performance class of Wanganui High School, which basically means dumbass music for guys who just want to like bash their instruments and not really learn too much about theory and stuff. And we're all in the same class and kind of joined a band and stole this guy from another band, and then it all came together from there, really. Yeah.
Okay, now your sound is very dirty, sort of 70s rock and roll, blues influence, that sort of thing. When you guys came together, did you actually all have the same sort of musical ideas? Were you all listening to the same type of music growing up?
I think so, yeah. I think that was like one of the main reasons why we started playing the kind of music we do, because we were kind of the only people in the whole kind of school that kind of listened to that stuff, and yeah.
So it's around the whole kind of new metal kind of era, when all your friends were like listening to Tool and stuff like that. So
yeah. So we just thought, let's just play this kind of stuff. It sounds cool, and let's just play really loud and really fast.
Now you guys met with success very early on within the formation of the band by licensing a couple of your tracks to various computer games or console people, and also a couple of rugby ads. How did that come about? Because you guys still aren't signed to a major label, are you?
No.
I don't know, just through our manager and stuff like that.
Good manager,
I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we just, I don't know, I'm not too sure how that actually came about, but I'm sure I think we just got asked. I think maybe through seeing like the video or hearing the song, these companies, I don't know, probably got it from there. Yeah.
Excellent. Now the other sort of big break that you guys have had is being asked to play at the South by Southwest Festival twice. Now, how was that the first time when you went there in 2004? I guess it must have been somewhat daunting but very exciting as well.
Man, well, as a drummer, I mean, when we played, I had to use like the band that they gave a drum kit for all the bands to use, and he was this half-deaf, really old metaler guy who had like this huge drum kit, like, I don't know, and I was shitting myself, quite frankly, when I saw it. I mean, it's just like, what the hell am I meant to do with this? But just managed to scrape through using it. But I mean, the whole thing it was really nerve-wracking. Really, like, yeah, it was daunting. It was pretty daunting. Yeah, completely out of our comfort zone.
Yeah. It's a pretty like mind-blowing festival to go and take part of. You just feel like real awesome. So many bands. Like there's like 1,400 bands. So you've really got to work to like get people along to your showcase and like get the right people there who are from, you know, important people. And we managed to do that first time round and got a bit of interest after that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that after that you guys were released on a compilation by Music Week, a UK magazine, featured as the only non-US band on the compilation. So that's a pretty good start.
Yeah.
And then even more success the second time around.
Yeah. The second time round, we had like our showcase was like there was twice as many people there as there was the first time we went over. And we also managed to get a producer to do the record that we just done. Barrett Jones, he took an interest after that, and what else happened after the second time? Yeah, just a lot more interest. It was good.
Yeah, I think the big one was getting the producer. I mean, his manager came and watched our showcase and then got all enthused and sent some of our songs over to Barrett, and then, which means that, I mean, he did the album for really, really cheap, just because he was kind of really into it and stuff. I mean, yeah, he could have done it. He could have asked for a lot more money to do it, but luckily for us, he didn't.
Yeah. I mean, he's a very acclaimed producer, having worked with the likes of the Melvins, Nirvana, and our own Evermore, of course. How was that? I understand that was the first time you guys have actually worked with a producer as well.
Oh, the first with a producer who's really like a producer, as opposed to someone like we know and our friends and stuff like that. And I mean, when he first sat in and watched us and like to sort out what songs we're going to do, I was kind of thinking, man, I hope he doesn't think we're shit, like, because he's done some pretty amazing stuff, and we're just like some guys from Wanganui. But I mean, he was really good. He never really tried to make us do anything that we were like, oh man, that's kind of gay or something like that. But he just went with the flow, and then suggested things that we like, oh man, but we didn't think of that kind of stuff, and it just was smooth sailing really the whole way through.
Did that at all perhaps change the direction that you thought the album might go in?
I don't think so. I mean, we were sort of already heading off in this like other direction, and he kind of like helped us along that kind of direction, I think.
So for the have fans out there, what is the new direction? Or what are the new influences and sort of things to consider in the sound?
I think it's, well, we always compare like the album to like the EP. I mean, it's just kind of a measuring thing. I mean, the album's got far more groove in it, I'd say. Far more groove, and it's not just, I don't know, like really, really incredibly fast rock music. I mean, it's got a bit more depth.
There's a lot more sort of songs on there, rather than just like rock and roll kind of songs. It's more like, melodies and things like that.
Yeah, we actually have melodies on the album, which is a step up.
Yeah. Any ballads on the album?
There is an acoustic song. Yeah. But
no really soppy. I mean, we haven't gone that far. We don't have any really soppy.
So it's not sort of like extreme more than words or anything.
No, definitely not. No.
But it's just the natural kind of progression that you'd expect, a band to take.
Excellent. So I understand we're perhaps going to see the release of the album early in 2007.
Yep.
Now, with all the interest that you've had from overseas sort of media and being touted as hot commodities, has there been any sort of desire to perhaps to move further afield and take your sound overseas?
I think that's always going to be the goal for us. But maybe towards the end of next year we're thinking about, making a big move overseas.
Probably the UK, I'd say. But I mean, a lot can happen from now to then. So, yeah. But I think that's the big goal. Yeah, all going to plan. That's what we'll be doing. But yeah, touch wood.
There you go. Excellent. Well, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Let's check out the video now for Soul Without Sail. Cool. You're on NZOWN.